Heidi here. Thanks so much for joining me on the Imagine Crafts YouTube channel. Today I've got a fun little summery beachy type card using just a few inks and some die cuts. We're going to create a little background. We're going to color in some die cuts and we'll do a little background stamping. So we're going to hop down and I'm going to use some VersaFine Clair colors, some pinks, some purples, some blue teals, and I mean, this is like really very much like a sand color, the sand dune that they've come out with. So we're going to use that too. And then for our background, we're going to use Moonlight White. Now the dyes I'm using, you can see some seashell dyes over here. And this is the sand dune. I put a little sheer shimmer sparkle on the top of that. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it down. Try and get that shimmer on there. It's kind of hard. And I was just screwing around with some of the colors to see, you know, how they would look and that kind of stuff. But these dies cuts are from Hero Arts. It's the Seashells die set. There's tons of different companies out there that have them. I just have those for today. And then this is an old stamp set from Honeybee Stamps, a background stamp. I don't know. Oh, Ocean Borders. So back from 2017. So it's an old one. Any geometric type background that could look like water waves, that kind of stuff will work great for what we're doing here today. So let's set some of this stuff aside. I do have my card base. This is an A2 card base. And this is like 2¼ inches by 5½ inches long, because it's going to go just a little strip on our card panel. So you want to make sure at least the length is that. You can make the width whatever you want. You could even make it the full size panel, but I thought we'd just do a little strip to showcase our seashells. All right, so I'm not sure that I'm going to use all the die cuts. Probably won't. I do have some little brush daubers. These no longer exist. The company went out of business, and I stocked up when they did to get these little brush daubers, but you can get these anywhere. You can use sponges, whatever you got. Okay, so let's do this guy first. Let's start with our sand dune, and this one was really easy. I just flicked on the color. I did dab off a little, as you saw, so it's just like a dusting of color, because sand dollars are, while they'll dry and bleach white, they don't come out of the ocean that way. They're more of a brown color, sandy color. And that's done. It doesn't even have to be perfect. We're trying to have just some highlights, so nothing fancy there. So we can get that guy out of the way. The starfish, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. I don't know. Let's set those aside for a second. I might keep those white. I'm going to go purple and Bali Blue. And again, I'm just going to swipe them on. And I'm actually going to cover this whole thing, because what I love about watercolor paper, and that's what I'm using for my background and the seashells, is just some hot press watercolor paper. Nothing fancy, just the cheaper stuff. The Strathmore 500 series is what I like to use. But I'm going to cover the whole thing, because what's cool is when you're blending colors, you can create new ones. So I'm just going to come from the bottom. Get this cool purpley blue. And I might come in with a little bit more of that purple here on the bottom, just to deepen it a little bit. Just what's left on the brush. All right. Nothing complicated. And any blues, teals, purples, those are color combinations that you can use from any stamp company. So don't feel like you have to have these, but I love the versatility of the VersaFine Clairs. I think I'm going to do the same with this guy, but let's grab that purple again. Our other blues are going to come into play when we do our background. We're going to, and this one, since it's small, I think I'm just going to back and forth on it just to hit the edges. And you can keep it like that. So it's just the bottom. Let's do another one. We'll do it with this one. Okay. Well, and this one is, I don't think I said it, but you probably can see it. Lilac Bloom is the purple. I might not pull that pink in. I haven't quite decided yet. Oh, maybe I can do it on the bottom part of this, but you know, let's get a clean spot because it will mix with that. You guys can see that. Okay, let's grab our purple. Just blend it in. That way our pink's not quite so pinky. Okay. Guess we could probably pull in some of this. All right. All right. Let's clean this up real quick, and we're going to take our other three blues. Now this one, actually I might probably end up using this one, but I use some sheer shimmer on that too. Just the edge. And this was Warm Breeze and Lilac Bloom. So I did the purple and just back and forth. I guess I could do it again with this one. That way you can see. And I did it a couple times because what's great about blending brushes is it starts off soft. So you're going to have the ability to build it up. All right. I think we need a little bit more purple in there. Just to get a fly buzzing around me. Okay. Very mermaidy-ish. All right. Okay. Let's get these off to the side, and I actually am going to use my sheer shimmer sticks dauber, and I'm just going to go along the side. Just blend it around a little bit. Bring it around the edges. That's what's great about the dauber. You really can focus in on, maybe I'll do that with the starfish. I think I'm going to leave the starfish uncolored, just as a pop of white on there, but we will add our dauber on there and get some shimmer. Let's do both these that way, because I know I got a little blue stain on the one. Now, if you don't want to get your fingers dirty, you can put this on like a sticky mat or something like that. I'm not real worried about it. Not today anyway. Get these guys up and out of the way. We're going to work on our background real quick. And that's super fast. There's nothing complicated. We're just going to use 3 shades, 3 different colored blues. The reason I also cut this and decided on this size panel is because I'd like it to kind of have an angled look of fade with the ink blending, and just the way my brain works, it's easier for me to blend with that way with a smaller piece. And we're going to show you here just a second. Make sure I get some of the dark blue off. Sorry for the shakes. Just want to get some of this dark blue because I'm just going to use one blending brush for all 3 colors. And of course we want to go with the lighter blue first, which is, I believe, and based on what it looks like, the Bali Blue. And then we've got Warm Breeze and Paradise. Kind of, you know, tropically water color names. So if you've got anything like that in your stash, or blues, teals, turquoise, that kind of stuff, that's what you want to grab. All right. These come off, and I'm going to do the whole thing with this color. So again, we're at Bali Blue to start. And when I ink blend, I find it easiest to do like a figure 8 motion, especially once you start adding in additional colors, because you're going to be able to fade and blend those in really nicely versus just a circular motion. Okay, now I don't want to go too heavy on this, but I'm going to kind of cover some of the splotch from the center. Okay, that's good. All right, next up is going to be Warm Breeze. That to me is more of our middle color. And I'm going to come in from whatever I want to decide as my bottom half of the panel, because we're going to keep a section light. You can kind of see where I'm coming up at an angle. So like when you look in the water, you kind of get this fade of light to dark. All right. And then we're going to come in with some Paradise. That's our deepest blue. And we don't need to come up that far with it. If you find that you need to come up a little bit more with your middle color, that's okay. This is the great way to figure that out once you start adding in your darkest color. I'm kind of making it so we get 3. So I could probably come up a little bit more right here with our Warm Breeze. And then we'll come back in with some Paradise, blend that through. It's okay to come up into the other color too, because you want that to be able to blend together so you have a fade of the colors and not such a stark, drastic line between all 3. All right. Clean up one more time, then we're going to do our stamping. All right. Now I'm going to use a stamp positioner. Use whatever you have. You don't even have to do that, but I know I'm using white pigment ink, so I want to be able to make sure I can double stamp what I've got. So just going to put that in the center. cover on. It's sticky, huh? All right. Brilliance Moonlight White, my favorite white ink. It dries well. It's nice and bright. I never go wrong with it. I never have problems with it. Towel. That came out pretty good. It's probably pretty light on camera. I don't know where this little bug's coming from, but we can do it again. One more time. That's great. Okay. I'm just going to keep these right here for now. Let's grab some tweezers. Lift up our panel. All right. Now, there's always some debate on might use this one because this shimmer is more subtle. And we'll use that one. Why not? Okay. That came out pretty. Pink and purple mix with the shimmer on the edges. Oh, sorry. I changed my camera and I'm trying to get used to the layout. I might have to reverse everything. Okay. So let's grab card base and I think to make it a little easier, I'm just going to use this little tape runner. I don't generally use tape runners, but it's handy. It's pretty. All right. I'm sure I've used this background before, but I love it. And these are just things that I had done, so that's a little bit of foiling, but any metallic inks, the sapphire, I think it's sapphire, the Delicata blue sapphire, I could be wrong on the name, but you could use that here as a metallic ink. Silver for the backdrop if you wanted for the background stamp. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video.